Oh, in a cozy little burrow, beneath the roots of a grand old oak tree, lived a tiny hedgehog named Horace. Now, Horace wasn't just any hedgehog. He was the kindest, gentlest little creature you could ever meet. He loved watching the ladybugs race up blades of grass and listening to the robins sing their morning songs. But there was one thing Horace wanted more than anything else in the whole wide world: a hug. The problem, as you might guess, was his prickles. They were sharp and pointy, and while they were excellent for keeping him safe from grumpy foxes, they weren't so great for cuddling. Whenever Horace saw the field mice snuggling with their families or the baby rabbits tumbling over each other in a big, soft pile, his little heart would ache with longing. One sunny morning, Horace decided he couldn't wait any longer. Today is the day. He chirped to his reflection, in a dewdrop today, I will get a hug. With a brave little wiggle of his nose, he trotted out of his burrow and into the bright, bustling meadow. The first friend he saw was Barnaby the Badger, who was busy digging for juicy worms. Good morning, Barnaby. Horace called out, trying to sound as friendly and non-spiky as possible. It's a lovely day, isn't it? Perfect weather for ... a hug. Barnaby stopped digging and looked at Horace. He was a kind old badger, but he eyed Horace's quills warily. A hug, you say? He mumbled, scratching his chin. Well, Horace, you're a fine fellow, but those prickles look a bit, shall we say, sharp. I'm afraid I might get a poke. And with a polite nod, Barnaby went back to his digging. Horace's shoulders drooped. He tried not to feel too disappointed. He just needed to find someone else. He scampered over to the pond, where Fiona the Frog was sunning herself on a lily pad. Hello, Fiona, he said cheerfully. Would you ... by any chance ... like a hug? Fiona blinked her big, round eyes. A hug. From you? Oh, dearie me, she croaked, leaping to another lily pad just out of reach. Your spikes would pop my bubbly skin. No, thank you, Horace, but it was sweet of you to ask. Feeling a little sadder, Horace continued his quest. He asked a fluffy-tailed squirrel, who scampered up a tree, chattering about how his fur would get all tangled. He asked a family of ducks, who just quacked and waddled away into the water. No one wanted to hug the little hedgehog. The sun didn't seem so bright anymore, and the meadow felt very, very big and lonely. He'd sat down under a dandelion, feeling a tear well up in his eye. Maybe he was just meant to be unhuggable. As he sniffled, a soft, wise voice drifted down from above. What seems to be the trouble, little one? Horace looked up and saw Hoot, the old owl, perched on a branch of the oak tree. Hoot had seen everything from his high vantage point. Oh, Hoot, Horace sighed. I just want a hug, but everyone is afraid of my prickles. I guess I'm just too spiky. Hoot blinked slowly and flew down to a lower branch. Nonsense, he said gently. Your prickles are a part of who you are. They keep you safe. You just haven't found the right kind of hug yet. Hoot thought for a moment, his head tilted. I have an idea. Follow me, Curith. Horace followed Hoot across the meadow to a spot where bright red apples had fallen from a tree. Here we are, Hoot said. Now, lie down and roll. Horace was confused. Roll. In the apples. Just trust me, Hoot hooted softly. So, Horace did as he was told. He lay down on his side and rolled over the soft, fallen apples. One by one, the ripe apples stuck firmly onto his sharp quills. When he stood up, he was covered in them. He looked like a walking apple bush. He waddled around, feeling a bit silly. Perfect, Hoot declared. Now, let's go back and try again. They went back to the center of the meadow. Soon, Barnaby the Badger came shuffling by again. Horace, is that you? He asked, peering at the apple-covered hedgehog. Tiths, said Horace, holding out his arms hopefully. "Would you like a hug now?" Barnaby looked at the soft, round apples covering all of Horace's spikes. He sniffed one. It smelled delicious. He smiled a big badger smile. "Why, I'd love one," he said. Barnaby ambled over and gave Horace a big, gentle squeeze. It wasn't a poke or a prickle to be felt. It was a soft, warm, wonderful hug. Horace's heart felt like it was going to burst with happiness. It was even better than he had imagined. Fiona the frog hopped over, and the squirrel scurried down from his tree. Seeing how safe and soft the apples made Horace, they all lined up to give him a hug. Even the little rabbits came over and snuggled against the apple armor. Horace spent the rest of the afternoon giving out the best, most apple-scented hugs in the entire meadow. He realized that Hoot was right. His prickles weren't the problem. He just needed a little creativity and a little help from a friend. From that day on, whenever Horace wanted a hug, he knew just what to do. And he was never, ever the lonely, unhugged hedgehog again. So, if you ever feel like you're a little too spiky for the world, just remember, Horace, sometimes all you need is a clever idea, a few good friends, and maybe a couple of apples to find the perfect hug. Thanks for watching our story today. We hope it brought a smile to your face. If you enjoyed Horace's adventure, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful tailies. We love sharing stories with you. See you next time.